Welcome to Nordic Game News, the channel on YouTube where you get the latest from the Nordic Game conferences and show and from the Nordic game community in general. Now we're ramping up for the NG23 Spring conference now, and when we look at the speaker program, it's new people are being added every day with really interesting talks. An area we will focus on for this year's edition is obviously virtual reality. A lot of interesting stuff is going on in that area, and obviously that's why we want to cover it on Nordic Game with a string of talks there. And one of these talks is quite really interesting. It's called Living in the Metaverse, and it's featuring R00t, a VR performer at the R00t Club. And I am so lucky to have R00t with me here, and to ask a little bit of questions and to get to know R00t, and also to learn a little bit more of what we can expect from the session at the conference. So, hello R00t, how are you doing?
Hi. Yeah, thanks so much for inviting me. I'm doing great, and I hope you're doing great as well. So I'm here in my main avatar. So the world that you're seeing behind me, this is R00T's Club, or also called the Cool Cat Club, because we have a couple cool cats in the house. So if you look behind me, these are all the dancers. So we have a dance crew, and we come together here for parties. We also just like practice or hang out. So this is a lot of like time that we're spending here together, not only like dancing at events, but also like preparing performances, having our own parties together here, and yeah, doing all kinds of interesting stuff that you can just do in the metaverse versus IRL. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions.
Yes, I have a lot of questions. First of all, I would love to give you the chance to tell me about the entire story. How did you come up with R00t? How did it all start, and what was the concept and the mission for you doing this?
All right, so there's a couple of things coming together. So I'm a VR creator since 2013, basically. I started creating VR experiences with the Rift DK1, but I'm also a really passionate dancer, performer, and DJ IRL. But actually, since COVID, the metaverse kind of grew in potential for me as a creator to connect with other people that having the same passion. So basically what happened is that during that time, so many people adapted to a lifestyle that incorporates VR as like just a normal tool to socialize, that we could really like host these parties, and there would actually be a lot of people just coming by because it wasn't as niche anymore as when I first started off. So I would say since a couple of years, the metaverse actually has a population. And what we're doing here is basically we're coming together like on a regular basis, and we also incorporate like all kinds of new releases on different platforms like VR Chat or Somnium Space into our performances.
That sounds amazing, but I must know this. The metaverse seems to me to be an extremely large, huge place, almost like a never-ending universe of stuff, right? So how do people know where to find you? What does it take to join the R00t Club?
Yeah, so we have a group of dancers. These are the cool cats, and we are basically performing on different platforms. So some of them, for example, develop on platforms like Neos VR. Our main common platform that we usually perform on is VR Chat. That's where we're at right now. And then we also have a club in Somnium Space. So Roots Club, you have to imagine like an online social club. But we have different like virtual locations on all major social VR platforms, or also browser-based web platforms that have some kind of web VR integration, like for example Hyperfi. So we have the world there, and we use them for different occasions. So usually like VR chat is the place where we use like the most like flashy shows for DJing, for dancing, for performances, and also where we want to have the biggest live audience. Because other platforms like Somnium Space, for example, is also a full body tracked enabled metaverse, but it doesn't have as many capabilities yet for shows because it doesn't have such an active creator community yet. It's a bit of a younger platform. And full body tracked, I mean, like as you can see here, when I'm talking about dancing and performing and DJing, right now I'm wearing 6-point tracking, but I'm wearing up to 11-point tracking. And also a lot of the dancers here are pole dancers that are overlapping their real life pole with their virtual pole. So that's something that's very popular as well in VR.
So how do you need to be a dancer to be a member?
Oh, you can come to the parties as you want. Like, Roots Club is basically really like an online social club for like everyone to come. You can imagine it kind of like a mixture between Soho House and Burning Man, but in the metaverse, like all across platforms, like kind of all across countries. You can imagine these different platforms being like different countries or something. And there's different rules on all platforms, and they all look different as well. So what we're doing is really like we're open to anyone. We're especially like focusing on supporting underrepresented groups like female and non-binary identifying individuals. All the cool cats, like the performers, are female or non-binary identifying. And so the Cool Cats is a set group, but you can also apply to be part of that on our website, which is R00t.club, like R00TS CLUB. Yeah, but in general, sure, we're open for everyone to come by at the parties or performances. We're actually also performing in Copenhagen at the Future Lab, and we are basically DJing and performing at the after party that is live streamed to Cora VR. So we're really looking forward to that one.
A very good tip then, if you would like to meet Root and watch it live, could be to attend one of these events. But obviously, what you should do to be 100% sure to meet Root is obviously to participate in the upcoming NG23 Spring conference, because there you will actually do a session together with your friend and also my good old friend Julie Heide from Flat Ponies, and you will sit and have a fireside chat, a conversation about you, about working with VR, and how, about, I guess, what should I add to this? About what will it be about?
Yeah, so exactly. My best friend Julie, who also started creating like at the same time as I did for VR, she's gonna like have a conversation with me as my avatar, and she's gonna be live on stage, and I'm gonna like show you a couple of the things I'm doing here in Roots Club usually. So we're just gonna be chatting, but I also usually live DJ here. So as you can see here, this is like my DJ area, and so these screens that are now black, this is where I usually stream my live stream for DJing. So I'll probably give some insights into how all of that looks, and I'll also be full body tracked and probably doing a little dance. Like, just depends on how nice Julie is gonna ask.
Oh, Root, I am so excited for this. I'm really looking forward to seeing everything there on the main stage. And I can tell our audience that even if you're not able to come in person to watch Root and Julie live on stage there, we will also be live streaming the entire talk, and so you can watch it through our live stream channel if you have an online pass for the show as well. Root, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me here. And I'm so much looking forward to meeting you again in May in Malmo. Thank you so much.
Same. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And with this great interview, I hope that it has whet your appetite even further for participating in the upcoming Nordic Game Conference. Please give us a thumbs up here, subscribe to the Nordic Game News channel, and make your way to the conference website. You can see it in the commentary field, where you can secure your pass for the conference. See you then. Bye-bye.